We're all to be replaced by machines quite quickly. And perhaps the only thing that's going to differentiate you is a spiritual component. If you're strictly regimented inside of this physical world, you're going to lose. ChatGPT can outperform most of you at most tasks already. That's a free app on a web browser. Where are we going to be in 10, 20, 30 years from now? The only thing that's going to be able to differentiate you from the machine mind, from the hive mind, is a degree of spirituality. So we need to all go on some degree of spiritual quest, right? Then you have to ask yourself, what is the spiritual quest? What is spirituality? Because there's people who read the books and walk with the rocks, do the garbage. But I don't think that's real spirituality. I think real spirituality is truthfully always been some degree of battle, whether it's a battle against yourself or a battle against an adversary. That's what spirituality is. That's what it's for. Good versus evil. Heaven versus hell. So you need something to fight against. I analyze myself quite often. Why do I do what I do? Why do I say the things I do and keep getting myself in trouble? Why don't I just shut up and vanish on a boat with a bunch of women and live a happy, easy life? I think it's because there's a spiritual component to war. Knowing that I'm doing the right thing or believing that I'm doing the right thing against oppression makes my spirit happy. Because if you're not going to become a spiritual being in the coming years, I don't know how you're going to differentiate yourself from the machine minds. I don't know how you're going to even compete in this world any longer. You have to be prepared to sacrifice your flesh to resist enslavement. Otherwise, you're just going to be another cog in the machine. Even worse, you're going to be replaced by a machine as your previous place inside of the machine. And then I guess you just become a slave, asking handouts from the government, praying to give you enough bugs to eat. So what are you fighting for? I guess this is a very interesting question to ask most people. In fact, since I've become rich and I don't really need to make much sense to the common man anymore, it's a question I ask quite often. Members of staff come to me and they say, oh, hi, I'd like to work for you, and I can do this, I can do that. I say, what are you fighting for? Fighting? What do you mean? Fired. Loser! What do you mean, what do I fucking mean? Why are you getting up and consuming calories? Why are you waking up and doing anything anymore? You could lay in bed for the next 2 weeks, you'd find food, you wouldn't starve, your bills would get paid. Why are you even waking up in the morning? What are you even fucking doing with your life? What is your goal? What is your objective? There are no vacuums. There are no empty space. All of the land of Earth has been conquered. You can't go and find land that doesn't belong to somebody else. If you're achieving anything, if you're expanding your consciousness in any direction, you're expanding it against opposing forces. You have a nemesis for all regards. As you grow spiritually, there's a huge bubble around you which is trying to constrict you, which is trying to keep you in your place as a slave. You are at war if you are enlightening yourself, if you're learning things, if you're understanding the world in a way you didn't previously understand it. This is what most people don't understand. It is a battle. Spirituality is a battle. Learning about yourself and learning about other people and learning about what it would take for you as a person to be prepared to sacrifice human years inside of a jail cell to resist enslavement, not only for you and not only for your family, but for humanity as a whole. That is a spiritual battle. And in the age of machines, it's only going to be the spiritual people that have any kind of differentiation between the Matrix and humanity at all. That's your USP, your spirituality. Don't you understand? That's why you have to do the things you're supposed to do, because you're supposed to do them irregardless of the consequence. That's why you must do it. Because if you don't, you're entering a playing field you can no longer compete on. You are becoming a terrible version of a machine. You can't do math quicker than a calculator. You are going to lose. You now have to be a spiritual being to matter in this world anymore. It's quite interesting how God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, depending on your religion, has given us now in this age of technological advancement so many spiritual battles to fight. We are fighting for the soul of humanity. We're fighting for the ability to have children who respect us and who obey us, and have families which are sanctimoniously protected from the outside programming by the Matrix. We are fighting for the ability to live free, to say what we believe, to have a point of view. There are endless spiritual battles all around us now. They've been given to us at the exact time we needed them. We needed spiritual battles, and here they are. So most of your waking day as a man, of course you must make money, of course you must train, of course you must prepare for the oncoming enslavement in the physical realm, but you need to prepare in the spiritual realm. You have to ask yourself a question: are you genuinely prepared for the consequences of doing the right thing?